I say this 100 times. I mean, I think there's thousands of most Israelis that think this way. We need to move the Arabs out of Gaza and from Judea and Samaria, Yehuda B'Shamron, some people call it the West Bank. I need you to watch the video. These gentlemen will tell you why they need to move. He has seen it firsthand. His father was murdered. Watch the video, and then you'll understand why all the Arabs in Yehuda B'Shamron and Gaza need to leave.
I'm going to say out loud what every Israeli is thinking today. We need to take all of the Arabs from Gaza and all of the Arabs from Judea and Samaria and move them far, far away from here. Now, I grew up in a liberal American household. We listened to Free to Be You and Me. My parents marched with Martin Luther King Jr. My father was an elementary school principal. He dedicated his life to teaching children how to get along and how to be better people. This was his dream. 9 years ago, my father was riding home on a bus in Jerusalem when two Hamas terrorists boarded the bus, shot him in the head, stabbed him in the face, in the chest, in the stomach. As I record this video, the terrorist who brutally murdered my father is about to be released. I've seen a lot of terror in my life. I lost one of my closest friends to Al-Qaeda. My officer was killed by Hezbollah. I've seen buses blow up. I've seen missiles explode next to me. I've seen a person with a knife sticking out of their head. I know what terror is. Many Israelis know what terror is. And on October 7th, we all learned it. We all saw it. Every Israeli, every Jew. We saw babies burned alive, women raped, families murdered one in front of another. And we understood what we're dealing with. We all understand it now. I looked at the Bebis babies in the past 2 days. Listen to that. The terrorists tore them apart with their bare hands and smashed them up to bits and pieces with rocks. Yesterday, we were miraculously saved from what would have been the largest terror attack ever. Almost 200 people blown up in buses in Tel Aviv if it weren't for an accident on the terrorist part. Now, we spent 40 years trying to talk, trying to discuss things with them, trying to coexist, trying to negotiate. We spent 40 years. They threw rocks at us. We didn't throw rocks back. They threw Molotov cocktails at us. We didn't throw Molotov cocktails back. They shot at us. They threw mortars at us, and we reacted proportionately, stopped, and went back to the negotiating table. Our arms have always been open to peace. They've always been open to coexistence. But there is nobody to talk to. We are surrounded by millions of Arabs, almost every single one of us who want to see us dead. Did you hear even one person in Gaza trying to help out the hostages, trying to save? Was a righteous person trying to save a hostage? Not even one. You know, there is a kindergarten named after the terrorist who murdered my father. There is an elementary school named after the terrorist who murdered my father. There is a Boy Scout leadership program named after the terrorist who murdered my father. There are book clubs named after the terrorist who murdered my father. It's a culture of hatred and death. It's a crazy religious ideology that wants to see every single one of us Jews here in Israel thrown into the sea, killed, whether it be brutally murdered with a bomb or a knife or whatever. That is what they want to do. It is their end goal. So there's no one to talk to, and we've tried. The only solution is to take all of the Arabs from Gaza, all of the Arabs from Judea and Samaria, and move them far, far away from here. And it's quite simple. You take the Arabs from Gaza through Egypt into Libya. There's plenty of space there. It's far, far away from here. And the Gulf states in the Western world can happily help them rehabilitate and build there, and they'll have better lives. And you can take the Arabs from Judea and Samaria and move them through Jordan into Iraq and do the same thing. The Gulf states can help them. Europe can help them out, and they can rebuild. And we'll be far away from each other. And we deserve to live in peace here in Israel. You know, my kids don't sleep at night. Sometimes they pee in their bed because of the fear of terror attacks. I can't sit in a coffee shop without looking in every direction, wondering if somebody's going to walk in with a bomb and blow me up. You can't walk quietly in the street. Israelis are living in fear and have been for the past year and a half, and it has to stop. And that is the only solution, is to move the Arabs far away from here. So there, I've said it. I've said out loud what every Israeli is thinking today.